Before I was diagnosed with PNH, I was on top of the world. You know, I was living the dream of being an All-American in college, being part of an NCAA championship team in wrestling, and then being able to train with my brother full time. You know, just training and competing and just making each other better, and it was awesome. Well, when I was diagnosed with PNH, I really had no idea what it was. I never heard of it. I never ran into any doctors that have heard of it, or any med students for that matter. And so, to me, it was, a bunch of unknowns, a lot of unknowns. The symptoms I had before I was diagnosed with PNH, I had some back pain, some stomach pain, dark urine. Once it progressed and just didn't go away, I knew that I had a problem.
I would never have thought the magnitude of PNH. He was sleeping a lot, we noticed. I was just like, this isn't normal. You know, he's sleeping 10, 12 hours and he's still tired. I noticed his urine was dark, but I didn't really put that together.
I basically broke the news to my family by just sending him a text message, and then I went off to wrestling practice. I didn't realize the severity of the disease until I got done with wrestling practice, and I had 40 new alerts and notifications and emails and texts, and I got my girlfriend, whose fiance, then now wife, was crying on the other end of the phone. Oh, this is what you have, and it doesn't say you're going to make it to 30 years old, and my brothers and my family obviously had the same tone, and so I think once that sank in, that's when I realized, this is serious. I really had no idea at the time how this diagnosis was going to change my life dramatically. The doctor told me that I would never be able to compete in a combat sport for the rest of my life, because up till this point my life was wrestling and was fighting, and so I had nothing else to do. And really the dreams of my brother and I competing in the UFC together and winning world titles together was the goal, and really having that taken from you that fast, that abruptly, at that moment when I was on the brink of, making it big, was, pretty heart-wrenching. I kind of felt trapped, and I felt like the disease was kind of taking me and I didn't have control.
Joe and I had just gotten engaged probably 6 months before his diagnosis, so we were both in college still, planning a wedding, hoping to get married that next May.
My thought was, okay, well, now do I tell the girl that I want to marry? I got to give her an out. A lot of stuff goes through your head, very emotional time, very trying time for sure.
It was very, very scary. I mean, knowing that the guy I'm going to marry could die in 5 years.
What today is like for me now is everything I could have dreamed of. I'm 27 years old. I've got a 4-month-old little baby that I get to hang out with most of the week. My wife and I own a house in Omaha. Couldn't be better. Life is good, and I'm gonna continue to be a better person and be a better man and be a better training partner and everything I can to make myself better. I have a lot of goals in my life. I think the #1 goal for me right now is to be able to walk my daughter down the aisle when she gets married. I'm an average Joe, is what I like to call myself, but I was, put in an extraordinary circumstance, and, it doesn't take an extraordinary person to overcome the adversity.